How I gently warned my daughter's boyfriend at his first dinner. When my daughter Sophie introduced her first boyfriend Jake to the family, I decided I wasn't going to take the traditional route of scaring him with dad threats. No, I had a better idea, something a little more creative. Jake showed up at our house one Friday evening, looking polite but nervous. I shook his hand, gave him my best dad stare, and said, "Nice to meet you, Jake. I hope you're hungry." Dinner started off fairly normal. My wife made lasagna, Sophie chattered away, and Jake did his best to keep up. But I had planted the seed of my plan earlier in the day. In the middle of dinner, I casually said, "Jake? I hope you don't mind, but I asked Sophie to tell me a bit about you. You know, so I could make sure you're a good match for her." His fork froze mid-air, and he gave me a nervous smile. "Oh, okay." I leaned back in my chair, crossing my arms. "She mentioned you like sports, so I took the liberty of preparing a little test for you after dinner." Jake blinked, clearly unsure if I was joking. "A test?" "Yep," I said, taking a slow sip of water. "It's tradition. Any guy who dates my daughter has to prove himself. Tonight we'll see how good you are at axe throwing." His eyes widened. Sophie groaned. "Dad, stop it." But I ignored her. "I've got a target set up in the backyard. It's nothing too crazy, just a friendly competition. Winner gets to decide if Jake deserves dessert." To my surprise, Jake agreed. I think he wanted to impress Sophie. Or maybe he thought I was bluffing. After dinner, I led everyone outside to the backyard, where I'd set up a plywood target with a bullseye painted on it. I handed Jake a small throwing axe and said, "All right, give it a shot. No pressure." He hesitated, but then took aim and threw. The axe wobbled awkwardly before clattering to the ground. "Not bad for a first try," I said, smirking. "Let me show you how it's done." I took the axe, lined up my throw, and landed it dead center in the bullseye. Jake's jaw dropped. "Looks like you've got some work to do," I said, patting him on the back. Sophie was embarrassed, Jake was sweating bullets, and I had the time of my life. He's a nice kid, but he'll think twice before slacking off with my daughter.